Hey guys, I'm so excited to be doing this tutorial for Disney's Princess Jasmine. I'm really excited because it has absolutely no teasing in it, so no hair damage here. You're going to start with your hair split down the middle and loose curls. It helps to curl your hair around and create this look, and also gives it a really cute ponytail at the end. So I have this headband. It's kind of medium thin, I would say, and I don't know what it is with the shape of my head, but I can never get these headbands to just stick or just stay still. So I am going to use quite a few bobby pins just to keep it in place. I use 4 in the back and I'll use 2 in the front, and placement doesn't matter because we will be able to take these out. So the way that I am able to get the volume without teasing is socks. These are my secret weapon, and yes, it is cheating, but it definitely helps to not damage your hair. So you're just going to align it along that headband, and you're going to have it go in the same direction downwards, and you're going to want the start of the sock to be about 1.5 inches from your middle part. And you're going to grab small sections at a time, and you're going to put it right in between your index finger and ring finger. And with your other hand, you're going to grab it, and then you're going to put your finger underneath that headband just to be able to pull that lock of hair underneath the headband. And the first couple of locks of hair that go around the sock are going to be the hardest because you have to hold the sock while wrapping your hair around the sock. And if you notice, I'm making sure to pull the hair upright and high so that you leave no gaps and you leave no part of the sock exposed. If it is exposed, it's fine. We're going to go back and kind of fluff up the hair individually later, and you'll still be able to completely conceal that sock. But you do want to try to avoid any gaps as much as possible. You are definitely going to want to pick a sock very similar to your hair color. Obviously, it helps to hide the fact that there is a sock in between your hair. So since we want a smooth looking loop around the sock, you do want to keep in mind not to twist the hair, as in like twist the individual locks as you're pulling it underneath the headband. That way it doesn't form kind of little divided loops around the sock. It looks more like one huge loop. So those bobby pins that were holding the headband down earlier can be taken off if they do get in your way. And you'll just continue to loop the hair until you come to the end of the sock there. And if you do find that you've gotten to the end of the sock here and it's a little too big or too fluffy, you can always tighten it by just pulling that hair downwards. It kind of all connects downwards anyway, so it will secure that sock pretty tightly in there. And then here's where you'll just go back and you're going to kind of separate the hair individually, that way it covers the sock. And now for the other side, again I have this issue of the headband sliding up. You could fix that if you have that problem. And you'll just do the exact same thing. Grab that knee-high sock, and since mine has a little purple end, I flip it over and use this side. You may need to pinch and kind of tighten it with a bobby pin, that way a corner doesn't pop out of the top of your hair close to your part, since that's where you're going to be putting the sock. And you're just going to do the same thing by aligning it alongside of that headband, again about 1 inch or 2 away from your part. So we'll start on this side again by grabbing small locks of hair, holding it around the sock, and just sticking your finger underneath the headband and pulling the loop through. The first 2 loops or locks of hair are definitely the hardest. Again, it's just because you've got so many things going on with your hand. You gotta hold that sock there and wrap it around. So after you've got those first two, it'll definitely become much easier since the hair holds the sock there itself. So now that we have this front portion finished and looped through, you're just going to go through and check for any gaps, or just completely separate the hairs individually so none of the sock is showing. And those top corners are important, just as the back, as we'll get to in a little bit. To prevent my headband from sliding up again, I do bobby pin it one more time in the back, just a crisscross with two bobby pins. So to cover and completely conceal the back of the sock, just kind of separate the hair out. Just imagine this loop being a slinky. You're just going to have that loop touch the headband. So now with the end of this hair, you're going to bring it to one side and we'll just tie it off. To get the bubble ponytail look, we are going to use socks, and these are just ankle socks for kind of a smaller bubble, and we'll just tie it off into a ponytail right here. And you don't want it to be too close to the nape of the neck, and we're just using those clear elastics. And with your ankle sock, you're just going to sneak it right inside that ponytail. So just mask all of the hair around that sock, and you're gonna make sure it's really tight right underneath the sock. That way the sock doesn't pop out anywhere. And one more time, we're going to grab an ankle sock, slip it right into or in between that ponytail, and make sure that the hair goes fully around that sock, and secure it tightly with another elastic. Princess Jasmine had teal ties to section off her hair, so ribbons would work best because they were pretty thick. I found one around the house and I just cut it up, and you're just going to wrap it around itself over the elastic, and you'll bobby pin it, and you do want to make sure to have the bobby pin with the elastic in between it. So now with this long piece of ribbon, you're going to start off in the middle where your hair part is, and you're just going to have it run alongside of that loop that you've created. And you'll just bobby pin it, making sure to have the headband in between the bobby pin again, that way it doesn't go anywhere. And if you notice, it's not completely tight around my head. I kind of wanted that kind of that crown look, even though it is a ribbon. So I kind of have it loose so that it's able to kind of sit right on top of my head at an angle. And just grab any gem you can find and place it right in the middle right there, just like she did. And we're all finished. And to be able to maintain those flyaways, just grab any hairspray and hairspray those loops, graze your hand against it, and it should be able to calm down all of those flyaways.